Hey team, I thought this would be a good opportunity not only to trial my brand new webcam and see if the quality is any good, but also just to quickly run you through this latest inquiry about why the market scanner didn't pick up on the comp USDT trade. As you can see on my screen just here, the way that the market scanner works is you can see that there are some kind of signals. So it'll pick up on this reversal on the short on the comp USDT, but obviously it'll be on the futures because we can't short comp USDT by standard. That would have been an absolute killer signal. Would have come straight down to here and would have also kind of, most traders would have been able to see that this is a resistance that's been flipped to support, and then it turns into support just here. So we could have bounced off that nicely. But as you can see, you've got to be aware that we are kind of like, we do get a few fault signals. So this is why you do need to really look at the trades properly. Otherwise you can wreck yourself pretty bad. But in reference to your inquiry about why I didn't pick it up, well, it actually did pick it up just here. It picked it up yesterday. So we could have kind of got into the trade here. We'd have seen that our neck was just above this resistance line, which would be a pretty good sign. Of course, we've had a pretty rough time with Bitcoin. Which is kind of why we're not trading so much today, because if I'm being honest, you and I would have all been wrecked entering any of these short-term trades with Bitcoin's current volatility. So sometimes, you save more money than not trading than when you are trading. That being said, we just want to kind of make sure that we get some good confirmation on Bitcoin before we start putting out some decent trades. Anyway, quickly back to this one. So if we'd have gone in yesterday, we could have put, would have had to have been pretty speculative on the stop loss for this one. As you can see, there's no real kind of key indicators and where to put the stop loss. So generally in that case, if I've got a weekly pivot nearby, which is what this orange line is here, I'd have placed it pretty much just below that, because then that gives you a really nice kind of like scope. As you can see, doing that, this wick kind of comes down and it comes through this weekly pivot. Weekly pivot is a good indication where there'll probably be quite a few buys set up or sells if you're underneath it. So it'll be quite hard for a candle to actually drag through it all in one go. And as you can see, it tries and gets rejected pretty hard. And had we have gone in here on this initial buy from yesterday, it would have indicated this. Let's just say we'd have gone straight in on it, okay? And we would have been, come on. Never works when you want it to, does it, eh? Go old school. There we go. We'd be up 8.9% right now, peaking out if we're a Jedi at 12%. So, the reason it would have picked it up, but we kind of, we ignore these signals just here for the reason that this is the first breakout. We're not particularly interested. What position for that? Brilliant. Get out the way. Get out the way. We're not particularly interested in these initial breakouts. Here, as you can see here, is because a lot of them can be false breakouts. So we're looking at that initial breakout to come here, which was confirmed on this. You see this resistance line here. So the first breakout would have happened here. And then we kind of got heavily rejected. So if we'd have gone in on that trade, we would have been rejected pretty hard. And then it comes back up and it gives us confirmation that it's trying to break out again. So that's showcasing that I've got a good bit of volume coming in. As we can see, notably here, we've got tons of volume coming in here, and it's a real good confirmation if we're testing that resistance again that we're going to be flying back up. Other things to look out for if you're kind of re-breaking this area, maybe put an alert here, and you'll kind of see the frequency of it trying to break out again. So we'd be wanting to ideally get back into this trade when it's comfortably above it, or you can just risk it like we do most of the time and just use general analysis and just go straight in. But that being said, let's say if we were to go into this candle to me is not looking too healthy. I wouldn't be surprised if this breaks back down here. So you've got two things that you can do. You can enter it with a nice sizable stop loss. You can enter it right now with another buy setup down here, or you can just be a bit of a Jedi and kind of just set up a buy around about here. Let's hope a wick's going to come down, pick that buy up, and it skyrockets up to the top point of the future pivot, and you make tons of money. Don't really care. The whole point of this market scanner is just to give you a bit of an indicator of not which direction. If we see a big breakout, it might not pick it up because that might just be the initial breakout. We want to try and get use automation to get as reliable signals as possible. But like I said, this thing will probably trigger and be accurate maybe 60% of the time, you know, at a push. The rest of the time, the reason why we're kind of hitting around about 90% success rate on USDT pairs is because, you know, we do have this wider, you know, analysis. We are looking at Bitcoin in a wider variety, general kind of market trends, and, you know, it doesn't help with Trump at the moment being an absolute retard. So hopefully that clears up the question that you just had there. Gives me a chance to try my new camera. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the trading floor.